Hey y'all, it's Anzia Dion, and I'm back with part 3 of the unit construction series. This video will kind of contain 2 tutorials in one: how to sew a 360-degree frontal and how to make a wig with hot glue. Comment down below after watching the video and let me know if you would like for me to separate the videos. The products that I use in this video are a mesh dome cap, cork canvas head, a wig stand, sewing needles, thread, Gorilla Glue sticks, duck clips for frontal, hairpins, and a hot glue gun. Okay, to begin, I put the wig cap on the head and pinned it down. I have a previous tutorial titled Detailed Tutorial, How to Create a Unit from Start to Finish. I will put the link in the comment box down below. I am adjusting the frontal to make sure that it lines up with the cap and pinning it in place. I am not a cosmetologist. I hope you enjoyed the video. Next, I began to thread the needle and sew the frontal down. Now, I started at the back, but you can start at any point that you want to. Just this part will be hidden under the hair. I'm not using any sewing technique in particular. I just used the one that felt the most natural. At a few points, you will see me pulling the lace back. I was just making sure that the needle made it through the cap and the lace. This part is really important because if it does not go through both parts, it will not be secured. If you're wondering why I'm using the green clips, it's just so that I keep the hair pulled back, just so that I can keep the hair pulled back out of my way. As I get closer to the top, you will be able to see a better view of the method that I am using to sew the frontal. Sew around the frontal until you get back to the part where you started and double knot it to make sure it stays in place. Now this part is completely optional and it's up to you. but for me, I decided to cut the excess lace. In this step, I will be using a hot glue gun to begin constructing the rest of the unit. This is my first time working with Gorilla hot glue sticks. The hot glue sticks that I used in the past was easy to peel up. What you won't see me do in this video is what I went back in and reinforced the ends with needle and thread to make sure that they were secure. I began gluing the hair down to the cap by measuring the hair from the distance from one side of the frontal to the other side. And at this point, once the end is, I'm making sure that the end is secure by pressing it down, as secured as it could possibly be, but I just pressed it down. And instead of cutting the hair here, I just decided to do the fold over method to prevent further shedding. I also only use one of the bundles in this step and a small portion of the other. I'm learning to realize, but this kind of helped me out, and it does make sense because when I make wigs with closures, that usually requires 3 bundles, regular frontal just from ear to ear, that is 2, and the 360 degree frontal, it makes sense that it only uses 1 in the part, depending on the thickness that you want. Y'all, I'm going to apologize in advance because there are just some points where the glue looks messy. I'm still in the beginning process of it. I've made wigs with glue before, but this one seems to be a lot thicker than the ones in the past, and it's a lot messy. And don't think that I left it anyway. I eventually went back and cleaned up all of the mess of the glue and cut it out and pulled it out on the unnecessary parts. This line runs up and down the dome caps or wig caps, and be careful not to glue or sew if you're sewing on that line. That is your elastic band, and it will not stretch. Here is how the unit turned out. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 4. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.